Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching Daniel Davidson's 1085 rated round in the Scottish Open. Here with the B-hole and
Big Joseph
with
Joe O'Brien.
Maxime Tange watching us from the window.
Yeah.
All right, let's get straight into it. JoeHole commentary.
Thank you for having me, Ben.
No worries.
What a pleasure.
So, as usual, classic, messed up the filming on this first one. Don't worry, it does get better. But he throws a forehand destroyer and unfortunately leaves it a little bit right.
So he's inside the circle and he misses that one. Okay, I did not expect that. I've not seen any of these holes, but knowing that he's shot a good round, I did not thought he would be nailing absolutely everything.
Yeah, this whole one is one that you really actually want to be getting. So it's kind of surprising he played so well.
That was an absolute wonderful comeback, I have to say.
Yes, hole 2 now. They started off pretty poorly last round on this hole, and he threw it OB right, so he's looking to throw a slightly different shot here.
Yeah.
A very similar shot, but it kicks left this time. He's okay.
Living true to his sponsor, I guess.
Yes.
Lucky Discs.
I made that joke a good few times this week, that weekend, and another missed putt low. So starting off with 2 missed putts, that is the difference between a 1085 round and an 1100 rated round, clearly.
It's true.
Now we're on to the nigh on impossible hole 3.
Yes, this is a par 3, but I would say this is probably, I'll call this a difficult par 4. So having this as a par 3 is crazy.
Yes.
But we'll see how he does with it.
I've only ever seen 1 or 2 people in the circle, and he's not too happy with this result. He's not started off.
Certainly has a distance if he wants to birdie it.
Yeah, it's a bit right, and then leaves that up shot a little bit right. However, he's in the circle and a much calmer putt.
Yes.
This time for the par.
Okay, hole 4.
Now the wrong route. Nobody went this route.
No.
However, you want to follow the path on the right side and really flip up. Yes, well, you are left-handed.
Left-handed.
No, Forget. We are joined live in the booth by Forget Brennan. If you want to say hello.
What are you doing right now?
We are commentating on Daniel Davidson's 1085 round at the Scottish Open.
Yeah.
Filmed by myself.
It was the highest round ever in his career.
The highest round in British history.
In British history too.
And a 5-stroke course record at the same time.
Very historical round.
For a round like that, you expect him to be making these easy putts. What do you think of Davidson's game, Mr. Forget?
I actually got the chance to see him play at Sierra Viore last year. Sierra Viore Challenge in person. I mean, he was super impressive then and super impressive every time I've seen him since. So I'm not surprised to know that he's about to shoot damn near an 1100 rated round. So let's get it, Daniel.
Let's get it, Dana. Yeah. Now, a very tight shot this time, and I didn't see anybody the entire weekend pure the gap, and he's left with a properly scrambly
so he
approach.
Went on the left, I guess.
Yeah, he
Wow. I've not
left.
seen that line.
Well, he kicked left.
Okay. He kicked left.
But a big putt for birdie. Fantastic. I'll get that stretch in. Lovely. Hole 6, Jerry.
Yes, I would call this the hardest hole on the course. It's one that I definitely struggled on, and they've even extended it. As you can see, there was a blue basket there, but this is an absolute monster of a hole.
Yes, you have to fight your way through a very tight fairway with no landing zone and get into a position where you have a very tight approach, but that is
ideal, isn't it? That is a fantastic shot. And I'd say it probably looks easier on the video, but that was damn near perfect, if I'm honest.
And a nice little forehand approach, leaving it very close here, and
wow,
taps it in.
Tapping birdie on this hole.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Now, hole 7, one of the more birdieable holes on the course. You're watching the best round on it ever, so it looks a lot easier than it is. Even if you pull the gap on this one, you have to get kind of lucky through the trees.
Yes, and there's
Slight
an island
forehand
green.
flex. Yeah.
Yeah, that you have to watch out for. But he looks like he's made the island nicely.
Just about gets clean.
He's in there. Okay.
Don't know what I'm laughing about, but wind is
So another
reasonably
birdie
heavy. You can see the flag.
And there we go. He makes that look very nice and easy there. That was about a 9 meter putt. Yes, solid. We've got some nice reactions from the Norwegian and Finnish boys over here.
Yes, his card mates Nesteri and Morton. They were having less of a good round, but still none of them played too badly. Round 2, moving day. They were all very much still in it at this point. We have Firebird now from Daniel, which I was kind of surprised about.
Yeah.
But you can go as left as you want on this hole. Lefty hole, Joe, I have to say.
Yes, I did not take advantage of it, as you can see in my scores. However, I should have.
And another splice in, and the splice is just so stable. Even if there was a huge amount of wind, I don't think it would do anything different. I think it's what people think a Halo Firebird is for the big throwers, I have to say.
Yes, yeah. It's Fade 4. It's one of Maxim's favourite discs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's perfect if there's a roaring headwind or something of a bit like that. And okay, this is it's a lot more uphill than it looks on camera. And I'd say I don't think anybody has landed in the circle maybe until now.
Yes, you have to go full flex with at least 500 feet of power to get into the circle. And I think you need roughly 550 to actually park it. And
It's
Daniel,
just outside of circle 1, right?
Daniel is on the edge roughly.
Maybe just 12 meters or something.
Yeah.
And there we go.
And you can see the front 9 scores, 5 down with Nesteri at 2 down, which is still an extremely impressive score. 2 down on the front 9 here, the front 9 being slightly harder, is very impressive considering it's a 1,000 rated hole.
Yes.
Of course.
I heard from Elias Lukanen that he believes it may be the hardest course in Europe in terms of score.
Oh, wow.
And rating to par. So.
Yeah. Reasonably.
And I can believe it, if I'm honest.
For holes like this as well, you can see Daniel just stopping there on the tee pad, but this hole is one of the most difficult holes that you will find as a par 3.
Yes.
It is a complete mash. It's 400 feet to get to the telegraph pole.
Yeah.
And legend has it, the only person ever to get pin high is Seppo Paiu with a 7 speed. That is what Seamus told me. But the crowd likes it, and he's left with the best drive I saw on the weekend. He's maybe on just outside C3 headwind.
And he misses it. Okay.
Very short.
This is quite interesting. Yeah. I mean, that was a very good miss, because if you miss it high, if you miss it
But
high,
he wasn't running it.
long
This
at
is
the
short.
basket. Okay, so
layup.
it's just a layup. Okay. Yeah. I was going to say,
Pekka is not happy.
oh my goodness, I did not expect that.
Yes, bogey on that one after that drive is he would be very upset.
Wow, I did not expect that. I thought he'd be making all his putts.
Now a mash of a hyzer hole 11 really requires, I think it's 480 and you have to throw it on a hyzer, so it's going to be full power here. It's going with a DD3, just trying to flip it up and push.
If ever there was a hole that Daniel could birdie, it would be this one, I would say. It fits his game very, very nicely.
Now this area was filled with beautiful bluebells. It looked fantastic in person. Didn't quite capture it on camera, but that's just going to be a par for Dana.
It's a very beautiful course.
Yeah. Now Ed Sheeran.
And there's the Ed Sheeran tree, the famous tree which loves to catch the frisbees. I've been in there many a time. And we see Daniel is teeing off now.
PD2, and he has absolutely pured it in between the trees. It is so far down there. He has thrown the perfect shot, and he's left with a jump putt approach on a pretty pretty tough, par 4. It really pays to be this far up because you can see there's not really any route to the basket that's wider than maybe 15 feet.
And you have to get a little bit lucky if you're further back as well. But yeah, he had a jump putt, which is unheard of on that hole.
Happy Daniel Davidsson there.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
And hole 13, this is definitely, I would say on the course, this is probably, it could be the easiest hole. It is a must get, especially if you are lefty. Just an easy lefty.
You have a good forehand.
A hyzer or a forehand as a righty, and you can skip up there. And it just funnels right up to where he is right now.
Yeah, you're throwing an overstable disc, maybe a Firebird that kind of pushes, and he's done this one to perfection, actually.
He's done this before. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
But now we're going on to tennis court hole. This is a 2-shot par 3. You could reach with the perfect shot if you went left route, but no one does. This is a professional average rating 3, but it's more of a par 4.
I think if you wanted to get a birdie, I think the best you can get is maybe 40 metres away. It would have to be a throw-in.
Yeah, and he's going harp here, but he leaves it right. Maybe the love bush that he was near, the scent got in his head, I don't know.
I guess we're going to see a big putt.
Well, I don't know.
Possible make, yeah, we don't know yet.
Very
solid. He does make it. Wow. Very nice, very nice. Yeah.
So he's -6 through 14. It's back onto the
We see Morton there with his funky tracksuit bottoms. We love that.
Yeah. I don't know what this hole is called, but it really requires a mash of a distance driver as usual. You have to flip it up straight and get it pushing, and it's really a luck-based hole.
I would say that as well, yeah.
Yeah. You can't really play for a specific line. You just have to go to an area that has less trees, and you can see he's going slight flex almost here. And boom, it kicks off a tree towards the basket. That's a very good break.
That is what he needs right now, yes. He's coming down the stretch now, -6, -7.
Yeah.
And he has some great birdie opportunities coming up.
The easiest stretch of the course
it is the
now.
easiest stretch, yes. Yeah. It really helped me out on my rounds. Up until this point, I was struggling a little bit, and then it's nice to have a little birdie boost at the end.
Yeah.
I would say.
Back to more of a normal course now.
Yeah.
Before, it's kind of felt like it can be impossible at times, especially if you're not throwing. If you don't throw over 450, you're not going to birdie almost any of these holes. And he's throwing the perfect straight shot here. Just keeps gliding straight. And he was going to throw the lucky discs money shot, I believe, on this hole, but he chose for the rock 3.
Yeah. And this hole can actually
nice putt.
Become pretty tricky if there is some wind. But right now he's very lucky. There is not a breath of wind, and so it makes it pretty nice and straight, you know.
And now I would say this is potentially one of the easiest. I mean, 17 and 18
is definitely
very
one
easy.
of them.
You really want to push a mid-range down there and let it fade right towards the end. He's going a bit straighter than I expected. You can see he just kicks off the tree and is talking about how lucky he is here. And it's been a slightly common theme. He had a few good breaks going his way. And
there we go.
Squeaks the putt over the rim.
Well, he's wearing a t-shirt that says Lucky Discs on it.
Yeah, I guess that helps.
It's bound to happen, bro. You know?
And he's
repping the luck.
He's told me he's thinking at this point about getting 1100 rated round. Earlier on, he said if he birdies out, it could happen, I believe. But he's on to hole 18 now.
This is a must-get birdie.
Yeah, you really have all the space in the world on this tee shot. You can do whatever you want.
No excuses here, yeah.
As long as you don't try and bite off too much.
And all you really have to do, I think the main challenge on this hole is just staying out of your head in terms of the water, because it doesn't actually come into play in terms of the line. You know, if you just don't imagine that the water is grass, you won't have any issue.
Yeah, and he executes the shot perfectly here.
It doesn't get in his head. He's got balls of steel. Yeah. And I was watching that one live from the 10. He put that very close. And
got some screaming people getting in his head potentially. They got in Nestor's head, but he makes it. Yeah. Crowd is loving it. The Scottish crowd has genuinely never seen anything like this before. An extremely impressive round. He's executed a lot of the shots to perfection.
Wow.
And you can see there a lot more birdies than anyone else.
That stretch was, amazing.
All right, so Daniel Davidsson, After round 2 of the Scottish Open, you shot a provisional 1085 rated round. How are you feeling?
I mean, by 1 point, the greatest round of my life, so nothing to complain really. I got actually really lucky multiple times that I'd say saved probably 4 strokes. So even taking that into account, it was still a great round, like it would have been the hot round. And the discs were coming out like already at the start of the round, like better than yesterday. So I felt confident, like couple missed putts in the beginning, but then I also made some putts like in between, and then like the birdies started rolling and I just kept going with it. So
you made the ones you needed to.
Yeah, and
So-
even though like we had some backups, I like still felt that I was calm and like didn't really think about it too much. We had a like fun card and lots of chatting, so like didn't start to think about the round that much.
Very good, very good. Now, I believe that is the highest rated round ever shot on British soil.
Wow.
So you're pretty excited about that one.
Yeah. Like wasn't one of my goals for this week, but I will take it definitely. Sounds fun, yeah.
Yeah, and you're sponsored by Lucky Discs, so I assume that's a good sponsor choice for today.
Yeah, for sure. They allowing me to throw the discs I want, and of course I want to support them by like throwing their discs. Actually, you can find on Instagram. Due to the wind, I'm throwing on 16 another disc, but I've thrown the like money shot. They're really stable putter, which shout out to them. They're coming out with a signature disc soon for me.
Perfect, perfect. And are you able to share that yet, or is that secret?
We'll keep it a secret for now, but they will be out soon.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the 1085 round. Thank you very much for letting me film you, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Perfect.
See you
Thank
tomorrow, and thanks for filming.
Thank you guys for listening and watching. Goodbye.